Hey there, AmyK here, 50 at 50, number 39, and we have a really intense and complex issue today. I got a really long email from Megan. I'm not going to read you the whole email. I'm going to do a quick summary. I'm going to share one paragraph, and I'm not going to be able to hit all of the nuances today, but I want to share a couple things that will be relevant for all of us, that will probably resonate for you, and then I will respond to Megan in more detail offline. Megan is a rock star performer. She just got an incredible performance review. She's been giving 250% for months, and that has been now unsustainable in the sense that she is burned out, she's overwhelmed, she's exhausted, and she feels like there's no end in sight to this amount of work. And she's not the only one. Her colleagues are feeling similarly. And so the other day, they got together, they were commiserating a little bit, and Megan said, you should probably go to HR. Like, if we really want change, we should go to HR. Megan followed her own advice. She went to HR, and HR said, well, your boss has created this dynamic, so you need to go to your boss's boss. Megan's gut instinct was like, oh, I don't think that's gonna go well. You know, we've had some hiccups in the past, and she probably won't like this. But she did it because HR told her to. So she met with her boss and her boss's boss, and this is how it went down. Well, what followed was my boss eviscerating my reputation in front of her boss. She said that the entire team was tired of my constant complaining and that a majority of the staff didn't want to work with me anymore. She said that my criticisms were stabbing her in the back and that I didn't have access to all the information and she doesn't have to justify her management decisions to me. That it was inappropriate for me to discuss anything with anyone, even if they brought their concerns to me in the first place. And then there's a lot more details about some of the horrible things that happened and that were said to Megan in this meeting. And then she closes with, my professional confidence is shattered. A logical person would say, find a new job ASAP. But fiscally, I really cannot afford a pay cut. I don't know how to engage with my boss now. I don't know how to engage with my coworkers. So where do I go from here? Thank you for listening, Megan. All right, there's a lot here. So the first thing that I'm going to say for all of us is that, Megan, if you went to your boss in the past and didn't get any sort of resolution or improvement, and that's what sent you to HR to then talk to your boss's boss, I get it. I really do. That said, if you went to HR and your gut told you, oh, I don't think this is going to go well, that I go to my boss's boss, I want all of us to take this into consideration. Our gut is this incredibly strong sense of intelligence, and we need to listen to it. And then the second thing that I want to say is we always go to the person that we have a concern with first, always. Whether it's in our personal or a professional setting, we need to give that person a chance to respond thoughtfully without an audience. Now, if you were really uncomfortable, if she's a difficult person and you felt like, oh, I want to talk to her, but I need to bring HR with me, totally appropriate. But to bring in the boss's boss, she felt attacked. She got defensive. She overreacted. Now, her behavior, unprofessional, inappropriate, immature. Understandable that she got her ego hooked. Not a great reaction, but understandable that she felt like she got punched in front of her boss. So I also want to break down a couple things so that we can really get detailed on this one paragraph. She said that the entire team was tired of my constant complaining. You don't know that that's true. Obviously, you're a rock star performer. They're rock stars. You all have a kind of relationship where you got together to sort of commiserate in the first place. It's also possible, total assumption, but it's also possible that somebody went to her and said something, then she realized all of you were talking, maybe she blew a gasket, and that meeting, that person backed up to save their own butt. You have no idea what happened. She said that my criticisms were stabbing her in the back. Really? We're not in junior high. That I didn't have access to all the information and she doesn't have to justify her management decisions to me. No, actually she doesn't. But here's what smart, brilliant leaders do. They say, here's the decision and here's the thought process behind it. I'd love your support. We need your support and alignment behind this decision. Facts and circumstances, context change. We might change our decision. For now, this is the decision and the thought behind it. Not, I don't have to justify. So just a little maturity there. And then I want to also address, It was inappropriate for me to discuss anything with anyone, even if they brought their concerns to me in the first place. You have your own agency. You can talk to anybody that you want to talk to. That said, how do you want to talk to them? Do you want to be in the, hey, let's be proactive, let's elevate our voices? You did say you encourage them to go to HR. Nobody can tell you who you can and cannot talk to about what you can and cannot talk about, right? I would say that the thing that I would serve up for consideration is that if you choose to stay, you need a healthier dynamic, because this is going to be a huge energy drain on you. So her boss witnessed her incredibly inappropriate behavior. I'm hoping that her boss has a serious conversation with her about playing better and more maturely and appropriately. You can't control that. But what you can control is having your own conversation with your boss to reset, to regroup. You can own your piece if you need to own any pieces that you feel you need to own, or you can simply say, I want us to have a really important conversation so that we can move forward and reset our dynamic. And again, if you have something to apologize for, great. And if you don't, move forward about how you want the healthier dynamic to go. Lastly, I want to say, two things. In your email that I didn't read, you shared that this had gotten to a tipping point. So many of us need to know that we need to speak up sooner. We need to go to our boss and lean in to connect, to say, hey, I really believe in the mission. I really believe in the vision, and I'm burning out. So can we please make some changes so that I can continue to be a rock star performer? So have that win-win conversation sooner. I am going to say that. And then the last thing that I want to say is, you don't know that you wouldn't find a job where you are paid more for your rock star performance and skills and talent, and be in a healthier work environment. Now, I'm not encouraging you to quit. I'm encouraging you to change the mindset of there are opportunities and possibilities if I choose outside of office hours to look for another job, to keep the faith that there could be something better and that somebody will value you. And you're just coming off of a rock star performance that validates that you are a great producer, and that you're just looking for a healthier environment. So just, if you do choose to go look for another job, keep that healthy narrative, keep faith in yourself and the world, that there are better opportunities to play. Now, again, huge technical foul. I haven't even begun to unpack all of this. I will do that with Megan offline, but I just wanted to share in what's already a super long video that these are things that we need to do to advocate for ourselves, that we can speak up, and how we speak up just needs to be strategic, and that we all deserve a healthy environment in which to work and be valued and appreciated for the performance that we deliver. So Megan, thank you for writing in. Thank you for being so brave. From my heart to yours, hugs.